Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Wheelspin Racing League. Um, we're here for round 11 of the season, Brazil, and it's full qualifying, 50% race as always. Um, should be getting ready to go in the next couple of minutes. I know we've got one driver who's going to be joining a bit late, um, but other than that, we are expecting a full grid, which is great news. Not sure who CGX Legacy is, a spectator, but hey, Glitch. Yeah, no, let's hope that doesn't happen, mate. We like having you in the race. You're a good racer. We like having you out there. So let's hope that doesn't happen this week. So turn two this week will be part of the center S. Be the right hander. So obviously center S is left, right, left. So turn two is the right hand part of that, which is a bit iffy, bit dodgy on the exit, isn't it? It's got a bit low on traction, but hopefully people are sensible for a slap around here. The good thing, if anything does happen, is the walls aren't or the barriers aren't too close to the track, so hopefully everybody will still be able to get going. Yeah, my connection is better, so you won't have to invite me in the middle. Hopefully, well, there's nowhere as heat gang. I try and keep an eye out, buddy. If I notice someone disconnects and they're on Xbox, then I invite them. Um, Someone like Maxwell, for example, that's on PC, I can't invite him. I never used to be able to. I did do a massive. Yeah, you can see I'm on 137 friends now, but that's still too many. I'm told that if you've got over 100 friends, I think it is, you can't do the EA thing or something. I don't know how true that is, but you can't invite people on it through the EA friends list thing. Um, Now, I was hoping that well, Kai was yesterday was up for joining me on comms. I don't know if he still wants to. I'll send him a quick message. I'll send him a quick message. See what he comes back with. Right, you may hear me go quiet a little bit every so often because I am just keeping up to date a little bit with the Carabao Cup final scores. I'm a Newcastle fan, but still 2-0 unfortunately to Manchester United. But that's exactly what I expected. That was my prediction, 2-0 to Manchester United. That was my prediction. Somebody asked earlier on. Newcastle just struggling a bit with injuries and suspensions for the cup final, so I didn't really think it was going to be the day where they break their duck, but obviously I was hoping. So what are we on now? So I've got no idea who this CG Legacy person is. Okay, no, Kai's not going to be able to join, unfortunately. He's got to go out, so no problem. So, still on 18. And there was somebody joining later, but they said they were going to sign in at the start of qualifying. I can't remember who it was now. Somebody said it. Oh, Checo, that's right, it was Checo. And I think I've seen his name on the list, so I think he has, hasn't he? Yeah, there he is. Okay, so Checo's there. So from what I understand from Checo is he's not actually on his Xbox at the moment, so he's on his way home or something like that. So he may not actually take any part in the qualifying, I understand, but he should be back in time and have full control for the race. Um, so he should be okay. Oh, I'm told Legacy is a race engineer. Interesting point. Should race engineers be allowed? If you had a league, would you allow it in your league? Don't think I'd allow it in mine, but it's only because there's not enough space for everybody to have one. If there was space for everybody to have one, or at least each team to have one, then I think that would be okay. But in a way, it's a bit of fun in a way, in it, so it doesn't matter. Um, Glad to see that we are finally getting going. He's a bit late. We don't. Yeah, glitch. Just yeah, I vaguely remember it, mate. It's well, Tom. Yeah, yeah, I do agree with you, mate. To be honest, FG Pac-Man's just joined. Is that someone we were expecting? Um, yeah, I think unless everybody can have one, Tomo, I think you're right, really. But it is what it is. It's a bit of fun at the end of the day, isn't it? Bit of fun until somebody takes you out, and then it gets all serious. Then we all get angry. I'm terrible for it. So here we go. It's Brazil. Interesting little thing. Brazil sees more overtakes than any other track on the calendar in real life. We'll see if it's the case in sim racing as well. But in real life, it sees more overtakes than any other track, which surprised me a little bit. I've got to be honest. I didn't expect it to be Brazil um, when I was going through that list. But yeah, it was up there. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how many it was, but I think it averages something like 21, 22 overtakes a year every season. So, which is pretty impressive. But it's not miles ahead of anybody else or any other tracks. So just bring some details up. We'll go right to there's a Haas. Well, in fact, both Haas right first and second. And it's Tomo out on track first. Van Beast has got a set of intermediates on. He needs to change that. So it's going to be Tomo to do a lap first, and his teammate Hazer. It's the first time I got to see Hazer race last week, and he did pretty well. Did impress me, and he did make Q3. So I think actually at the moment, Tomo and Hazer, that's some team together. So if they stay, and actually maybe if they stay teammates going into next season, they could have a genuine shout at the title. And I'm really disappointed to see Maxwell Van Beest out on intermediates. That's not okay. I don't even know why he's out on intermediates. There's 19 drivers, so it's not as if everybody's through. Just to get that on stream a little bit, just so he knows. So stewards know. So, definitely not okay. Come on, Jan says Matex. Hello, Matex. Welcome, as always, buddy. Nice to see you. Yeah, I hope Jan does well this week. Difficult race last week, yeah, but he did alright. And, so we can do just as well this week. Anyway, Hazer crosses the line first for 108.849, so not hanging about getting into the 108s. And Somo unfortunately must have invalidated or something. Aston on its way round. Oh, Abel's here, but he's on an outlap in a way. So Maxwell heads to the line, 112.4 on his intermediates, but well, he should be getting some sort of penalty for that. Just messaging him now in the Discord. Yeah, just messaged him. In a way, let's come off him. That's enough airtime for the idiot. Into place on the way up to the start-finish line. Crosses the line, so 108.8 goes fastest for the moment in the Red Bull. Is Jan. Let's stick with, in fact, let's do the hilly hot lap with Jan. So we're heading for the line now, obviously DRS open, and we'll head up to the Center S to start our hot lap. So down, as you can see, for Jan down to 4th, which is the same as myself. Not great out of turn 2, which is obviously important. I may actually back, yeah, he's going to back out of this lap. So let's go to somebody else. Someone into the pits, we're going to go to. Right, sorry, let's get to someone on track. Maxwell's just messaged me. Okay. Mr. Heat Gang, 110.0, currently in P10. Jan back having a go, he's on mediums. So Jan has a little spin, Tomo is out. Now that's a crash on track as well. He's down at the Center S by the looks of it. Looks to be in the first part of the Center S. It's unusual for someone to crash there, but unless he's caught the dirt on the outside, and it's thrown him. It's thrown the car. I don't know, but he is out. But that does mean he is out, and he's currently P15. Abels here goes P1, 108.7. Here's Lee Gibbon on the medium. So I'll just be distracted a little bit because there's chat going on in Discord. I'll talk to him after. I can't bother to do it while I'm trying to commentate at the same time. It keeps putting me off. So Lee Gibbon just heading down to turn 4 now, and the sector 1. 17.2 through the first sector. Oh, it's too aggressive on the curb and it's spinning round. I must admit, he's showing us on the softs on the standings, but he's clearly got mediums on. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, easy game is round as well. Looks to be the same spot actually as well. Okay, so I need to take Wi-Fi off on my phone. There we go. I don't know. Let's do that a minute ago. Must have forgot. So Maxwell's back out on the softs. See the tyre still stuck in the middle of the road from Tomo's incident. Jan back on an outlap now, by the way, Matex. So, coming around now towards the end of the final sector. It's fast, flat out left-hander usually. And 51.9 through sector 2. So looking strong here. He's going into the low 109s, I would say. Possibly into the 108s. Yeah, 108s. 108.7. That puts him fastest for now. And he's up at the moment through sector 1. Let's keep an eye on this one. Teammate out on track as well. He had a flag out down in sector 1, but I think that's just somebody coming out of the pits was slowing down to let somebody by. So Pac-Man currently on a 1095 is not a bad time in a way, to be fair, for Q1. As Jan now he's got a clear run in. He's gone fastest on a 108.4. Pac-Man crosses the line, 109.1. That moves him up into P8. I think that will be safe. His teammate not improving at the minute. And I think he'll be into the pits. So, still a few drivers to get times on the board. Lee Gibbon and Easy Games. Checo we're not expecting to come out. So, he was the one I said that he wouldn't be taking part in qualifying. But should be back for the race. So, he'll be starting from the back. Stands right now, be losing, despite being one short of a full grid at the moment, we're going to be losing 5 drivers in a way. And Lee Gibbon gets the time on a board, 109.9, puts in P16, so still in the drop zone. Does have time to get back round again. And Easy Games just come up to the end of sector 2 now. He put in a very nice first sector time actually, 16.9, so clearly has pace in the car, but a little spin round there. You've got to be a bit careful. I find it best to short shift up the 6th, going around that flat out left-hander. I don't use traction, but I suspect if you can, you probably don't need to. But if you do know traction, it's just safer to short shift the 6th. So glitch on an out lap. Obviously, P14 at the moment, so as it stands, he's through, but he is the one in the danger zone. Tomo with his time would currently be sat in P13, so he would be in trouble in a way. Although I suspect, from what we've seen of Tomo in previous weeks, that he would be capable of going a lot quicker than that, in all honesty. So, glitch across the line. He's out on mediums. Oh. Track at the centre S. Bob Dylan coming out on track. There's the Alpha. Alfa Romeo is Mr. Heat Gang. He's going around to start a lap. Here it comes then, nicely through the centre S. Anybody want to place a bet on how many times I say centre S by the end of the race tonight? 124,000 times. So, while we're watching these guys that are trying to get through, I don't particularly want to do a hilly hop back with any of them, just in case they're listening to the stream. I don't want to be putting them off on what would be their final attempts at trying to get through. So we'll do the hilly hop lap in Q2. On his way up as a straight then. Call it straight. It's pretty much a left-hander most of the way up, but so gentle, of course, that it's effectively a straight. 109.1 puts Heat Gang into P9, so that currently knocks Glitch out. Just see Lee coming up to the end of sector 2. He's slightly down, a couple of attempts. He hasn't got the energy, and he hasn't got the time to do a cooldown lap. He's just going to have to try to improve with no energy. Not really anything else he can do. Let's go to Glitch. He's slightly up in sector 1, slightly down in sector 2. He may regret coming out on the mediums. The overall pace of the league is improved, and gap from top to bottom isn't so big anymore. And well, he did improve. So he did actually improve, and he's gone up to P14. No, he's not potentially knock Bob out, but Bob is going to get across the line to start another lap, and he's got enough energy. So Glitch potentially gets through on the mediums, but he remains the man in trouble. And Bob Dylan needs to find just over a tenth of a second. He's already found enough time. He's just got to equal his previous lap now. He's got a Merc ahead of him. Is that Merc that guy? It is. So I think he's on a lap himself, so hopefully he won't come into play. He won't know, but he is actually safe because Bob's the only one now that can improve. But Easy Games not managing to get a time on the board, but going by the sets of one time he did manage. It looks to me like he probably had enough. Oh, Bob Dylan's round. Just coming up to the end of sector 2. What a shame. He gained enough time in sector 1 to actually get through, but he would have just needed to match his previous best, personal best, through the rest of the lap, but it's not to be on this occasion. Says Easy Games has joined. I didn't see that he'd disconnected, otherwise I'd have invited him. My apologies. Glitch with a cool face. Mr. Of course you were cool. You'd have been panicking. As soon as I said Bob's done enough in sets of 1, he's just got to match his time, you'd have been, oops. Oops. Through on the mediums, 1.3 separating. Will be the top 14. Unfortunately, with Tomo's crash, he will be out as well. The time he set would have seen him through in P14, but it's not to be. So Tomo is out, Bob Dylan's out, Lee Gibbon out, Checo we knew wasn't going to come out on track, and Easy Game, well, we saw that he had a decent time. Oh, you're kidding me. Why is Eddie Brooke just joined? Eddie, this isn't ARC. Thank you. I hope you did that before going on track, otherwise it might give him a car. Right, so into Q2. Let's get the hilly hot lap out of the way as soon as possible. So let's see who gets out first. Is it going to be... Last time it was the two Haas drivers both coming out first and second. So Chespin is out first. Still not come back to me to say that I'm saying his name wrong, so I'm going to go with it. Still Chespin in my eyes. Still Chespin in my eyes, and he forever will be. Right, here he comes then. We'll do the hilly hot lap as I said, so pick up DRS here. And he's going to keep it far out to the right. Kicks down, and he goes right the way down the second gear for turn 1. Nicely on the power coming out of 2, and round 3 stays full power, opens up DRS once more. We head down to turn 4, very quick, usually taking in 5th, maybe 4th. Third for Chespin, in fact. Gets on the power nicely on the exit again though, which is the main thing. Finds a nothing corner really flat out left. Then this difficult double apex right-hander that leads into the first of the tight corners through the heavy downforce second sector. So goes through there, and then this much bigger braking right-hander. But again, it's all about getting on the power on the exit for all the corners. So important. Stays flat out through the left-hander, very nicely done. What is effectively the final corner of the track. Goes down to third for it. I think we'll see most taking it in fourth. DRS open again, charge the line, keep it to the left, take the path of least resistance, and that's 109.2 from Chespin on the medium tyres. So a decent, well, an exceptional lap actually from Chespin. Hazer 109.0, but on the softs, Maxwell 108.6, Edelston 113.6, Ghost Rider 109.3. Nothing for Pac-Man as he's invalidated. I'm a little bit worried for Ghost Rider tonight because he's in there P4 at the moment, 109.3, but with Pac-Man on track, he's going to be chasing after him, trying to eat him. So I'm a bit worried for Ghost Rider. 108.2, Golden Tornado. Remember, fantastic win last time out for Golden Tornado, and Baz unfortunately is round. So let's move. Here's Pac-Man coming out of what I'm going to refer to as the final corner for the rest of the evening. Basically is. And here he comes across the line. It's 109.3. So it's P6 at the moment for. There we go, apologies about that guys, so control batteries just died. At least now we should be alright for the rest of qualifying and race, so that's good. Pac-Man anyway went into P7 on a 109.3. Heat Gang is on an outlap. Let's just see if spot any improvements going on up here. Doesn't look like it. No, Hayes are not improving either, so Pac-Man's actually showing is slightly up through sector 2 then, and he has come into the pits. So he didn't bother to finish the lap off. So, glitch. On hot lap. Most of the best of... Oh, I was wondering what you're talking about then. You mean the controller battery? Yeah. It does, man. It happens to me every week. Pretty much every time I stream. It's incredible. Glitch opens up the DRS. What can he do this first run? And it's 109.115. Puts him into P6. And Hit Gang just started his lap. It's just comes through the center S. I'm getting a little bit of lagging going on. Let's turn the Wi-Fi off on the phone again. So Williams there, getting well out of the way. Mr. Hate Gang across the line, 109.4. That has him in P10 at the moment, so he's the man in danger. Baz is improving for sector 1. That's, if you remember back to his previous lap, this is where he spun, so see a little bit of just being a bit too careful maybe, perhaps because he spun there before. 108.0 from Jan, very nice Q2 time. No doubt if you're going into the 107s for Q3. Spin racing never fails to impress or pace, there's no doubt about that. As Baz crosses the line, so 108.9, and that's P5. And to be honest, I'm really not sure where the cut-off's going to be by the end of this session, so that might be good enough for Baz. I really don't know, to be honest. It's probably going to be tight. I was thinking probably more 108.7 would probably be about the cut-off, but I don't know. See, Ghost Rider finds a 10.5 just in sector 1. See a very, very short sector, but because it's got the center S at the start of it, it's always time. I don't think anybody's ever taken the center S perfectly. It's always more time in that corner. I don't know how, but there always seems to be. Tornado and Jan have both retired out in the pits, so happy with what they've done, and I think they're right. I think they're comfortable, and I think Picoloco probably is, but I think it's from Maxwell sort of down that maybe not 100% sure yet. As Ghost Rider improves, so 109.1, that puts him in P11. Spin across the line to start his next lap. Mr. Heat going on. That was on a scrub set, okay. So plenty of time left yet then. So yeah, just turned away and didn't see the set to 1 time there, but so here it comes down to that final corner, and big improvement would already see him on a 108.5, which would put him P4. Does he improve any more? He does. He gets another temp, so 108.4 still puts him in P4, but I think that will probably be safe. And Hazer, we're not seeing too much of. A little bit at the very start of qualifying, but not too much since then, so we'll stick with him. Just come down to the end of sector 1 now, and he's found almost a 10th. Nice there, keeps it over to the left hand side. In qualifying, that's something you do, in race not so much. Just a little bit more out of tyres than is really necessary, but say in qualifying you tend to take the path of least resistance. So that does get out of the way, just about. Might have been a little bit of a heart in mouth moment for Hazer, but if there was, he's not showing it because he's half a second up. So he's heading for 108.4 unless he can find a bit more in the final sector. Here he comes, 108.3. So that puts him into P3, just ahead of Picoloco. Maxwell is then improved onto also a 108.3, but he goes ahead of Hazer. So Picoloco down to 5, just been 6 on that 108.4. Then there's a little gap of half a second to Baz in P7. He's on an outlap, which is off track. So who is the next driver around? There's a Red Bull on its way. So this is Baz then. He's about to finish his outlap, so go on to the hot lap. Stick with him. His teammate will be the next car to come round on the outlap as well, and Baz just validates. We'll go to his teammate. I haven't actually seen the clock for a little while because there's been that set to 2 yellow flag up there for so long. It's just, by the looks of it, a Mercedes that has gotten well out of the way of everybody else. Let's go through into... It's either that or it's a Mercedes that's out of fuel and it's taking a yellow flag around the track with it. Could be why. So, Winter Place through the final corner. Q3 regular, will that continue? Into the line, it looks like it's going to me. Yeah, 108.4, can you believe that? 108.4 puts in P7. That's just started another lap, but let's come down to Abels here. He's just coming out the final corner. There's a couple of drivers ahead of him on track, so we'll keep an eye on the stand to see if anybody jumps up. I think one of them is Ghost Rider. Who was that then? That was Mr. Heatgang, I think. He jumps up to P8 ahead of Baz. As Maxwell retires out in the pits. Abel's here. I've just realised Abel's here is on medium tyres. Trying to get through. Quite sure that's recommended. So stick with him because he was improving slightly through sets of 1. That guy retires out. Yeah, he's a couple of attempts up. Is Abels here. That would take him into the top 10. But as it stands right now, he would go P10. And the drivers behind him are not improving. So yeah, Abels here does get through on the mediums. P10, so scrapes through, but nobody behind improving. In fact, that is the end of qualifying. Glitch was the only potential driver that was potentially still on the lap, but that's the end of Q2. So on that one then, you see Jan top the timers again, Golden Tornado, Maxwell Van Beast, Hazer, Piccoloco, Chespin, Winter Place, Mr. Heatgang, Glitch and Abels here are all through to Q3. It's Baz, that guy, Ghost Rider, and Pac-Man just behind him. See, I told you Pac-Man was chasing Ghost Rider, trying to eat him. He's just behind him, look, 13 and 14. So they are the ones that we lose from Q2, but well, promises to be an exceptional Q3. I'm positive that pole position is going to be in the 107s. Just a little treat, but somebody at the end there just picked up a 5-place grid penalty. Mr. Heatgang. I don't think he's going to be too happy at that. I just saw that pop up at the end, and Mr. Heatgang picks up a 5-place grid penalty, and it's for illegal blocking. It seems insane because it was after everybody across the line, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Been a while since I've been here at Glitch. Well done, man. Nicely into Q3. there's any things there. So there you are. There's the Mr. Heat Gang grid penalty, illegal blocking. I don't think he's going to be over the moon about that. That's a glitch, is it? Okay. There you are, glitch. That's a glitch. Dear. Oh, I don't know if anything could be done about it other than a restart, really, and I don't really want to restart. It's a 36-lap race. And I've got to stream at 8, so... It'll be rather unfair on Mr. Heat Gang, to be fair. He gets himself through to Q3. Alfa Romeo, though, with their current lineup, look at another team that's looking very strong. Romeo, Red Bull looks strong. You got the, well, has to as well, but of course they've lost Tomo in P15, so he's in Q3 on his own. But no doubt they both would have been in there. So the first car out then is Glitch. So Q3 Brazil. I think for me, Jan probably favourite. Plenty of drivers that potentially could nick the pole off of him. Golden Tornado, I think, is definitely one. Potentially could. Guns. And here we go, let's go on to the other cam. Let's take a look. Oh, he's invalidated in the centre S there. Aston Martin. Variables here. He's next down on track, so we'll stick with them. There is an invalidation from Abel's here as well in turn 4. So it looks like the Haas is next, a Blazer. So first two drivers out of track have invalidated their first runs. The question will remain, can they keep enough fuel back to have another go, or will they have to pit? Hazer heads to the line. He's going to get the first proper time on the board. 108.5 from Hazer on his first run in Q3. Serial validation. Chest spin. That's 108.3. Him underway. Ferrari coming next. Let's pick a local, but he's invalidated. Maxwell. The McLaren right behind him. Golden Tornado. I watched the wrong one. Tornado 107.9. So we are into the 107s already. There's Jan. Jan just started his lap, so we go with him. Yes. 16.7 through sets of 1. Oh yeah, I'm not really surprised with Heat Gang, to be honest. That I've never seen that before. I have to stress. That's not good from the Williams. That was just a chest spin. Sorry, I said Mister because I was speaking to Heat Gang, but chest spin, I'm afraid that's we'll stick with Jan and see what sort of time he could do, but for me that did impede Jan. Yeah, 107.9, but so he still gets fastest by 5 thousandths over Tornado, but I still think he was impeded there, so I think he's got more in him. The second run, keep going out on track. What he can do now? I think crying over spilt milk. He's got to just try and qualify as high as he can to take his little impact, but yeah, it's a difficult one because I feel for Mr. Heat Gang, and my heart wants to say that we should restart and allow him to not have the 5-post grid penalty, but my brain sort of says, well, if you do that and then somebody don't put their setup on, the moment one guy's affected, if you do a restart, potentially multiple people could be affected. It's not just the fact that it takes a while to do. Plus, everybody gets all their tyres back. People can amend their setups. So I don't know. It's not cool for me in a way. I'm just a comms man. It's cool for the bosses. So into the pits comes Maxwell. I think everybody's heading into the pits, I should imagine. Yeah, definitely there. So Golden Tornado's on an out lap. Let's get out the burners, says Golden Tornado. Assume that's the afterburners. So here he comes, ready to start. I assume his final lap, although by the time he's come out, Mike suggests he's still got another set available. Nicely done through center S. And one's an improvement. Set to 1 as Hazer goes fastest on 107.8. Come out of nowhere. What a lap. That really put some pressure now on Jan and Tornado. Tornado on a real improvement here. Yeah, this is going to take pole. 107.6 from Golden Tornado. It's an immense lap. All the 107s are immense laps. I think getting to the 107s around here in a qualifying session is dang good. So, is anybody else going to be able to lay down a challenge, or is it going to be a battle of the top three? Just wondering if Tornado could get round in time, and as I say, even if he does, has he got another set? I don't know. But he's certainly put the pressure on, no doubt about it. I thought Hazer had, to be fair. What a reaction. Piccoloco heads to the line then. And 108.1 from Piccoloco puts her into P4. Who's on hot laps and who's not? That doesn't look like a hot lap to me. Not. Right, let's go to right. Graphic on the maps was saying that Jan is purpled set to 1. Final corner, head to the line. Is he going to nick it off a Tornado? And it's 107.610. Does nick it indeed. An extremely good lap. Wow. Just wow, really. I'm not sure what else I can say about it. It's just brilliant. Maxwell improving as well through sector 2. And 108.1 from Maxwell. Did see him in P5, but who was that? Abel's here has just nipped ahead on 107.990, so he's into the 107s. Maxwell has a little spin and retires out. Work out if anybody's still on a lap. Oh, Mr. Heatgang was way down there. And plenty of people retiring. I do wish people wouldn't retire on track. For no other reason, and it's bloody confusing for me. Stamp flap here for Chespin. Comes round, it's Alfa Romeo, maybe Mr. Heatgang. Chespin through the second sector then, and he's around quarter of a second. Just short of being in the 107s himself. And, oh, not quite, 108.0. It's good enough for P5. Very good qualifying for Chespin. Into place, not on a lap. So that is the end of qualifying then. So we say congratulations to Jan, who takes pole position in a really hard fought battle. Golden Tornado, exemplary as well. Also in the 107.6s. Outstanding laps from the pair of them. Congratulations to those two, but also Hazer as well as P3. 107.8, Abel's here, 107.9. So top 4 all in the 107s. Chespin then, 108.0. Piccoloco, 108.1. Also 108.1 is Maxwell. He was P7. Winter Place, P8. 108.3. I think Glitch was 9th. I'll just confirm that. And the standings come up. So, yeah, Glitch P9 on 108.3 and Mr. Heatgang 108.5. We'll see him start from P10. There's plenty of leagues. I could tell you right now that there was plenty of leagues where Chespin's time, particularly, but even Piccoloco's maybe, could have taken pole. But not here in Wheelspin. 4 guys in the 107s is exceptional. So well done. And there's the race director. And in accidents for the final session there. So that's those. Right, guys, as always, I don't know how long a break we're going to have. It's not normally very long, so I am going to get quickly moving. I want a coffee and a quick break, so hopefully I'll be back before the end of the formation lap. I will go quickly because it's a short lap. Yeah, Glitch, you're probably right. Time for turn 1 carnage. I'll be back in a moment, guys. See you in a moment. Okay, guys, so back with you. So, Mr. Heat Gang, P15, yeah, of course, sorry, my apologies. Silly 5-place penalty, which he didn't deserve at all. He's sees him starting P15. So let's have a quick gander at the tyres then. Vast majority of the field going with the mediums. Hazer is the top driver not to go with mediums, he's on the hards. Nobody starting on softs. Maxwell also on the hards. That guy and Ghost Rider on hards. And Easy Games then in 19th also on the hards. Other than that, everybody else on the medium tyre. One thing we don't know is if Checo is with us yet. Hopefully he is. Tell you what, Checo, you're a nicer man than me letting people through on the formation lap if they spun. I won't do that. I'd rather drive across and hit them on the formation lap. It annoys me because I think everybody that spins is doing it deliberately so they can go fast to try and warm the tyres up. So, you know, it's probably not. It's just oh, Glitch got disqualified there for turning around. That's sounds about right. That's right, let's not move from this. It's a pretty good view. So away we go, and both the front guys seem to get off the line pretty well. But the top four all get away pretty well. Chespin, exceptional start, shows up to P2 already, and he is indeed up to P2. McLaren there runs out wide. That was Tornado. Hopefully he's managed to rejoin. Okay, he has. And oh, hello. That's a nice view. Just double checking, and I can't see anyone that's I don't think anybody's had any issues at the start. It's a clear. And there for a driver, ghosting. Glitch has dropped down to P18 though, so maybe something happened there. Tomo down to the back and 7.5 seconds off the pack. Our leaders here, Jan and Chespin, both started on the mediums. Already just pulling a bit of a gap away from Hazer. Hazer started on the hards, but Abel's here, goes through and takes P3 off of Hazer. He's going to hold that through. I think someone's having a look behind as well. That's Piccoloco having a look. Is it, or is it Golden Tornado having a look at Piccoloco actually, I think. It's, looks like he's got it. He has indeed, holds it into P4. Sorry, turn 4. So that's one place regained. A few more to get yet. The next driver though is on hards and Bob Dylan is out. I don't think we're going to get to see it. That's an odd place though. And yeah, it's well, it's full course yellows, but I think it's a virtual safety car. I can't see the little marker for the safety car coming out the pits, so I'm pretty sure it's a VSC. But I'll show you where he is. He's just, or he was, just on the left-hand side over here. So, not a usual place. So whether that was a contact or not, quite possibly, I would say. So, does sound like it's been a few contacts then. Glitch binned it on the grass like a dumbass, okay. Tyrannical Teapot hunted into turn 2. Yeah, I saw you run out wide, so I didn't realise it was down to contact, but I did see you run out there. Okay, but you're recovering okay, so just keep that going. VSCs, you can never be too sure how long they'll last. This Chespin picks up a drive-through. Oh my goodness. P2 picks up a drive-through penalty under the virtual safety car. And that will knock him, I believe, all the way down to P16. And he has a spin as well, just to rub salt in the wound. Yeah. You may as well come in and serve it, hadn't you? Just it would help cool the tyres down from the spin, quite frankly. So in he comes, slows it down, and will serve the drive-through immediately. So I think that's makes sense. Piccoloco and Van Beest are having a good old scrap, but Winter Placer on the back of them as well. So Piccoloco with enough straight line speed there to defend down into turn 4. Go to Winter's Place and take a different view. An idea of what it's like for you when you're on track. Personally for me, I use the cockpit view, so I'm a bit lower down in the car than this. This piece runs a bit wide. Place tries to take advantage, but couldn't quite get on the power quick enough to do so. And Winter Place, and it's that left-hander again. And I do think that a lot of that is people running higher front wings than their rears. It's a common thing in the F1 games, people to do that, but it's not really designed to be that way. So probably the quicker way of setting up, but it does lose you stability. There's no doubt about that. So anyway, that changed things a bit. That guy up into P7, Lee Gibbon up into 8, Easy Games already up into P9. So as Tomo the tyres out, and that is on track, and that is going to be a full safety car. He's on his own in sector 3, so I'm not quite short. He's over there. I mean, how's he lost it there? I don't like the look of that, quite frankly, but not my problem. That is a full safety car. It's early, really, for the medium guys to be pitting. Somebody may give it a go. You never know. It's probably a bit early. Jan is into the pits though, so well, Jan's giving it a go. He's in, and he's managed to pick himself up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So bit of a nightmare. So on go the hard tyres. So it is a long way to go, but no, the next 2 laps, say, maybe even 3 laps, are going to be under the safety car. Ultimately, should work out for him. He could definitely get to the end. I'm not suggesting for a second it's too far to go to get to the end, but it is a long way to go. That man has been in AI the whole race so far, as I'm aware. Can't view his gamer card, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not with us. Austin is in AI at the moment, at the very least. Don't know who Austin is. Can't view his gamer card either. Yeah, absolutely. Tornado, they can easily get to the end. Yeah, I'm not for a second suggesting they can't. It's they'll pretty much do a whole 100% race if you ask them to, if I remember rightly. But you know, it's just determining whether they'll be quick for that whole time, and also, is it likely that we won't have another safety car as well, would be the other thing. But, Jan is back into the pits. Obviously, he pits up for 5 seconds, and he's decided to serve that 5 seconds, and has now gone to a set of mediums. And I don't think the safety car is going to stay out another lap, so I don't think he's going to be able to just come back in and put the hards back on and just start from the back. So interesting. You would assume he's going to have to pit. The mediums won't like doing 30 laps. I can tell you that now, or 29 laps, whatever. Yeah, there's the confirmation. Safety car in this lap. So, well, that was a surprise. I didn't really expect him to come and serve that, if I'm honest. I thought he'd just stick with it and see what happens. But here we go then. Abels here leads from Hazer, from Maxwell, from that guy who's up to P4. That's 7 places gained for that guy. Lee Given up 12. Easy games at 13. And, I think seems to be reacting that well, but he's got such a gap behind him, it doesn't really matter. And there's a battle for the lead. Hazer to the outside. We've got a pretty good view of it here. And, oh! Nicely reacted from Maxwell as Hazer spins it on the exit. Coming out of free. And he's back going, but obviously cost him down the order. Whether he's recovered that himself or not, I don't know, because that seems a bit quick to be able to get going again to me. So, here we go. In a way, in the end, Hazer is recovered as P10. Lost him gains a couple of places. Let's just go down to those guys, just double check. Yeah, they are. They're both Well, I don't know if they're new drivers or whether they're just people that have jumped in the lobby or not, but both left, so just kick them out of the league if they're new drivers. Right, let's come up to... So Abel's here has just managed to get away a little bit on the restart, so... Tyres now. Yeah, so we're still early in the race, and his mediums are likely to have an advantage at the moment over the hard tyres. He's looking to take advantage of that. He's pulled out 1.5 seconds at the moment. Now, when that advantage turns round and the hards become the better tyre to be on, that 1.5 seconds will disappear very quickly. So he will be keen to try and extend that as much as he can. A good battle behind this as Winter Place gets up to P10. What does he? Hazer fighting back. There's a car off. That's Baz. I was going to say it looked like the other Red Bull. Oh, and Hazer goes flying off the track and retires on track. Out of session. So he's going to lose the session as well. So not good there from Hazer. That should bring some sort of reprimand. Retirement on track, no reason. Unless he could provide some proof that there was a reason. Ghost Rider battling with Jan at the moment. So Jan, on his quest to try and make his way back through the field, is already now then up to P9. Chespin is taking advantage of getting past Ghost Rider as well. So Winter Place would be the next car. But the only thing for me, I believe Jan will need to pit again. I don't think he's going to be able to take those medium. Oh, it's a difficult one. I mean, technically, could he take the mediums to the end? Potentially, yes. They'll be exceptionally slow by the end of this race. I don't know how many laps they'll be exceptionally slow for, though. They will be absolutely screaming it in before the end of this race. So I would suggest it's quite likely that he will pit again. So he goes to the outside of Winter Place to turn 4. Winter Place looks to defend, comes across, and Jam will have to wait for another opportunity. Tight turns of sector 2 don't lend too much to overtaking. Most moves through the sector 10 to be pretty desperate. Out the final corner, so you would think with the aid of DRS, have a look. Yeah, it's going to be done way before the break of the turn 1, but it is Chespin going to follow through as well. He does indeed. Got a good view of it. And Winter Place doesn't really fight that too much. In fact, he's got a penalty as well at this stage. It's yeah, not really worth fighting, I wouldn't have said, as Golden Tornado now back up into P4. So it turned out, or what, well, what was it? A nightmare start, really, for Golden Tornado. Getting knocked out wide in turn 2 and then dropping down, exactly, I think he dropped down to 7th at one point, but he's recovered it back up. He's decided to pit early on the safety car. He's now running P4, potentially going to the end of the race. So, yeah, took a superb win last week. Let's see if it can work out for him. The strategy will be very dependent on whether there's another safety car or not, I would imagine. But then saying that, I would imagine that everybody will pit, so if there is one, so hi, see me. Thanks for joining, mate. You spin my head. I spin your head. Oh, dear. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Did we get through there? Looks like we did. This is getting all very, very tight. It's Lee Gibbon leading this part. Jan, that's what I like to see. Jan doesn't force anything, unfortunately there. I think Piccoloco has touched the back of that guy and that spun him. And there's not really anything you could say other than Piccoloco's missed the braking because it's his responsibility not to hit the car ahead in those scenarios, and that's exactly what he's done. So I would imagine that would be reported. But Jan then, after patiently waiting through sets of 2 to pick up the DRS in sets of 3, gets his just rewards, and he's now up into P5, and he'll look to see if he can get after Golden Tornado. So this is that battle, as you can see. We're with Piccoloco as Lee. Actually qualified down the field, Lee, but he's doing well here in the race. Still on the mediums that he started the race on. But, just a little bit wide there, but yeah, in terms of pit stops, we should be getting close now. It is pretty sure the game suggests 15 laps and 21 laps around here, so 15 mediums, 21 hards. Usually find that people push the mediums out a little bit further, so usually lap 16 or 17 you tend to see them pitting. As Jan sets fastest lap of the race as he looks to get after Golden Tornado, who he probably knows is likely to be his biggest competitor for the race win today. It will be interesting to see if the likes of Abel's here, or Easy Games, Maxwell, when those guys do come into pit. Sorry, let's go to Maxwell actually. He's inside of Easy Games, a bit of contact. He's going to lose Easy Games to place the Golden Tornado. And that man in the background that you see here, that is Jan. It's catching up to this. And it's probably our most likely overtaking opportunity here in the lead up to turn 1, but Lee Gibbons, to be fair to him, he looks like he's got decent straight line pace. When Jan took him, he didn't exactly go flying past him, did he? Up into turn 1, so oh, Piccoloco. That's a big misjudgment. Wow. Good to see someone actually wait for the other cars to go past before rejoining. Let's have a little spin. It's, big misjudgment there from Piccoloco. And hey, Ghost Rider, thanks for joining, mate. Popping in. And we've almost got 2 races going on here, mate. We've got the group that didn't pit under the safety car, and we got a group that did. So it's going to be interesting later in the race to see which pays off. I think the likes of Golden Tornado now running P2, he did pit under the safety car and he's on hards, and he will no doubt be able to run to the end on hards. So into the pits comes Lee Gibbon. I think, no offence to Lee, but I think those behind him may be pretty happy to see that. Like they've possibly never been happier to see a man go into the pits, because he's definitely holding them up, but he was there by right. That's why, for no reason he would just let them pass, is there? So, and he kept them behind, so, why should he? Ultimately. Amazingly, he's actually come out of the pits just behind Piccoloco. And Piccoloco didn't pit, so that shows you how much time Piccoloco lost for the mistake in turn 1. Feel for Piccoloco, he doesn't make many mistakes, Piccoloco, at all, so, it's just, either got that feeling when you've done it, but there's nothing you can do. It's just a matter of time until you hit the car ahead of you. But anyway, into the pits from the lead is Abels here. He's on to the hard tyres. He's got 12 laps advantage over the man that's taken his place in the lead of this race in terms of tyre wear, with half the race still to go. So is he going to be able to pull that amount of time back? I think with that man at the front being Golden Tornado, I think that's going to be a very difficult gap to try and bring down, as Jan has had a spin. That's dropped him back behind Winter Place in Chespin. So Jan pitted under the first safety car, or under the safety car. He went to hards, but picked up a 5-second penalty on pit entry, so pitted again the next lap and went to mediums and got rid of the 5 seconds. So he's penalty free, but of course he's on mediums, which he'd do exceptionally well to get to the end of this race, if I'm honest with you on those. But we'll see if he does. And as I said, even if he does get him to the end of the race, he's going to be exceptionally slow later towards the end. So and up the inside there from Abels here. Just about, well, I've got his tyres up to temperature. He's up against guys here that have much more worn tyres, so he's got to be a bit careful, as you can see there. Glitch having to be... Yeah, you can really see Glitch is having to be a lot more careful. So, in this circumstance, Abels here, you just got to be patient. You know you're going to get round. Get DRS on the main straight. So, yeah, from this sort of gap, this is a foregone conclusion, really. It's DRS here, and it looks like he's going to be asked to go to the outside. Well, I said foregone conclusion, it's not at all. He's going to try and outbrake Glitch. Let's get him. Now, will Glitch get the DRS back going down to turn 4? It does, but I think just lost a bit too much. So Abels here does get through, but Glitch certainly never made that easy. And it's a good racing in the end. I enjoyed that one. That's a good battle. So expecting some big pit stops to come up in the next sort of 2 to 3 laps. Maxwell from P2 and Easy Games from P3, expecting them both in, and they'll be switching to the medium tyres. So they certainly, once they've got the mediums up to temperature, be about a lap later. In fact, Maxwell is into the pits. So yeah, after about a lap of heating them up, they're going to be exceptionally quick on the medium tyres. So Winter Place carries on through, presumably like Tornado going to the end of the race. Where will Maxwell come out? How much work is he going to be needed to do? He may be able to get at... Oh! We got a full course yellow. I can't see the safety car, so I think it's a virtual... Oh, no, that's the safety car. The car Maxwell almost hit was the safety car. What did that come out for then? Chespin... Was it Chespin? No, I assume it was. I don't know. Not entirely sure. I obviously didn't notice it till quite late for the fact that the safety car was out on track. Well, presumably, well, Easy Game's 100% pits, and I would imagine that Golden Tornado is going to as well. No, he's not. Stays out. Presumably he'd have had a set of mediums that he could have gone to. I'm a little surprised at that. Yeah, Winter Place is in. Golden Tornado may look to regret that one. Jan is in. He's going to pick... Well, he has picked up the safety car. They're just going through 5. So, Easy Games exits the pit still in P2 on fresh medium tyres and has just become a huge favourite to win this race. Still penalty free. Abels here is back up into P3, but that safety car has not worked for him. Yeah, it's not really... there's just some guys that are just pitted just before that are just losing out a little bit because of it, and it's unfortunate for them. But yeah, I'm definitely surprised that Golden Tornado didn't pit. If he pits now... I'm trying to work out where he came out, and I'm not exactly sure. It'd be somewhere around 9th, I think. Yeah, it'd be somewhere around his teammate, I'm sure it would. But he doesn't, he stays out. It's definitely where he knows. He knows as they're warming the tyres up here that he's going to come under some attack. Yes, interesting for us to spectate and to see what happens, but I think, well, we all know what hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? And he's not to know that everybody behind him is going to pit, so, you know, it's a difficult one. Yeah, that's a strange thing to say, but in a way, when a safety car comes out at that sort of time, in a kind of silly way, leading the race at that point is a bit of a pain, because you've just got to make a decision, and you've got nobody else you could judge it by, whereas everybody behind you says, well, I'll do the opposite to him. So as soon as they see him stay out, they all pit. You know, safety car in this lap. So we are getting going again. So it's going to be lap 24. Should be the 2/3 of the way once that lap's completed. 13 laps remaining. There goes Tornado. Maxwell looks like he's got a pretty decent run here. So yeah, such is the nature of turn 2. It does kind of favour in a way the guy on the outside to the guy on the inside, really. But there we have it. So Abel's here able to hold on that time. again, gotta say, I really do think what Easy Games has shown. He started right down at the back, remember, as Jan drops to the back. He's round. It's a reset of track. Now, I didn't get much chance to see that, but it looked to me like his wheels were spinning, but the car wasn't moving. So, you know, I can't. Yeah, no, that's a reset track that you shouldn't be doing. The first one looked like he might have been beached, but that one definitely wasn't. So, yeah, that's naughty. So, Easy Games has already taken a lead. Apologies, you guys might have seen that, but I definitely missed it. Winter Place enables here battle for P4. I'd see that guy has managed to recover up to P10 so far. Doing exceptionally well earlier on before getting spun. I think we've got DRS yet, have we? We haven't done enough laps, so just under DRS and tow. Not able to get it done. I would think DRS should be reasonably. Oh, and Easy Games is into the pits. So that was a shock. And, oh my goodness, it's just come up saying Easy Games has joined. I think the AI has just pitted him. I hate to say it, but I think the AI has just pitted Easy Games from the lead of this race. And drops him all the way to the back. Stick with this though. This is the battle for the lead. Or at least the lead on track. But, see the black and white flag but next to the name. Maxwell does have a penalty, as does Winter Place. And we think this time with the aid of DRS as well. Tornado's red light starts to flash as well, suggesting he's low on energy. Does defend it. He's going to get a decent run out of 2 here. But no. In fact, Winter Place able to get past him. And Winter Place presumably has DRS. This is for the lead. And Winter Place takes the lead of the race. Jan sets the fastest lap. Right, okay, so that's a bit different. So Winter Place now leads Maxwell P2 after all that. Tornado's then in P3, but as I say, I remember he's penalty free, so it depends on what these guys can do with their fresh tyres in terms of creating a gap. I think we knew that Tornado staying out was going to mean that he was going to be sort of looking behind him a bit rather than in front. This time Abel's here. He's going to have to set up a move into turn 4, is he? Yeah, just with the extra grip, he's able to do it around the outside. Tornado able to, in order to take that inside line, Tornado has to brake so much more than what Abel's here does. So, and he has a little look to come back into turn 4, but ultimately not able to, as the other McLaren of Checo drops down, and he is off at the centre S. So that's down to 15th for Checo. He's having a decent race. Aston and Patman still not with us, so they've not rejoined or attempted to rejoin at any point. Say, I don't even know who they are. I don't know if they are drivers in the league or not. But if they are, they shouldn't be after this. Move up a little bit. Easy games here, going for a move on glitch. Oh, terrible view from the broadcast. So, just goes to show again, doesn't it? Just how good Glitch's straight line speed is. In fact, he could even stay even remotely close to easy games there. Really incredible. Baz picks up a penalty at this late point. Gibbon and Mr. Heat Gang in a battle. This is for P5. It's Jan. Is it Jan? Yeah, I think it's Jan. No, it's Glitch. My apologies. No, it's Glitch. After we saw that, he's ended up dropping down. It was turn 4. There's also Ghost Rider down at the Centre S as well on the exit. Seeing yellows there, but he's back going. So anyone in the stream chat, it's not the same Ghost Rider that put the last message to the one that's on screen. If you notice, the numbers after the names are different, so they are different people. And Baz is into the pits, so we saw him have a spin, so clearly must have picked up some sort of damage, and is in to probably get a new wing, I'd imagine. Still little battles going on. This is Pick Loco now, who's currently P7. So, hello Brian. Wait, what am I waiting for? Thanks for joining, mate. Nice to see you. Loco then. Let's set up a move here. He runs a little bit wide on the last corner. That's just going to allow Heat Gang just to get those extra few metres away. So, Loco's sort of mind has to change now. Rather than a move into turn 1, it's going to be a case of thinking about a move into turn 4. Do a sort of switchback here. As you can see, should get a better exit. But DRS, but it's got no energy to use with the DRS, that's the problem. Once you've run out of energy entirely, it's just don't do anything anymore. And, let's have a look here. Ooh, it's a 6. Yeah, he's on the outside of the sort of hairpin-like corner. Oh, they have a contact. That, to be fair to Pick Loco, that looked more to me like Heat Gang caught him. So, Pick Loco rejoins, but that'll be one for the stewards, I guess. But oh yeah, the tyres are going to be heated up. He's beached. Pick Loco, if you're listening, resets the track. You are allowed to reset if you are beached. There you go. I don't think he's listening, I think he just realised himself. Right, let's go to the two leaders. They're still very close. Lap 32 now, so we will there is 2 ghosties, Brian. There is 2 ghosties. So there's 2 Ghost Riders. But if you notice, if you look carefully, Brian, you'll be able to notice that Ghost Rider on screen is Ghost Rider 00700. Whereas our Ghost Rider in Arc is Ghost Rider 92124. I think they're robots, you see. That's their serial numbers, I assume. And this means we just sort of pretty much run out of battles. We got the one at the front, of course. Baz is out. Oh no, that could be a safety car, and it is. Ah, that is a nightmare for the front runners. The front two guys will not believe their luck here. Bad luck, that is. So let me get the penalties up. I was about to look at them anyway. There's only the 3 penalties, but they're all 3 seconds. Anyone down at the back here will just want to catch up. Where's Piccoloco then? I'm not quite sure he's managed to fall that far down, but he's a lap down, isn't he? So, is he? Yeah, he is. Maxwell's going to pick up the safety car, and these guys are all going to be a lap down. So that's Winter Place. So Piccoloco, Ghost Rider are both a lap down. So Glitch and Up are on the lead lap. Glitch is going to have to absolutely bomb. I don't think he's actually got any hope of getting back round again before the safety car comes in. It's lap 33. So it may well do another lap after this one, but he ain't going to do any more. He needs to absolutely bomb it, which he is. You can see the way he's driving. He's driving like it's a normal lap. So he's doing his best, but it may come up saying safety car in this lap, or it may do another lap. I'm never quite sure in these situations. No, it's going to come in this lap, isn't it? Because of course, Glitch is on lap 33, whereas the front runners are on lap 34. So it can't do another lap. It's got to come in. Unfortunately for Glitch. Yeah, he's pretty much the whole sector behind the drivers ahead. Well, the 2 drivers ahead of me are in AI anyway, so they're not going to count towards anything anyway. But we get going again. So we get a sector 1 yellow. Presumably that's probably one of the back markers letting people through, to be honest. Yeah, see there. Oh, Winter Place is headed off track. No, Winter Place has got damage. So something's happened to Winter Place. He's got damage and Jan's ended up in the wall. Another resets track from Jan. Glitch retires out in the pits. Should have done that, Glitch. You're only 1 place off because of the 2 AIs. You're only 1 place off picking up the final point. So Tornado on his fresh softs. Is he going to be able to nick the win here? Well, it's not likely. It's looking like Abel's here is going to get it. So, trying to work this out. There's a car in between. I think that's Ghost Rider just ahead of us. He's a back marker. That's not actually Maxwell. Maxwell's the next one up ahead in the very background there. He is within the 3 seconds of Abel's here, or Abel's here is within the 3 seconds of Maxwell. So here we have it then. It's the final lap of the race as we get a sector 2 yellow flag. And Maxwell makes his way to the line. He's going to finish first on track at Brazil, but Abel's here is going to take victory off him due to the penalties. Maxwell P2, Golden Tornado P3 fills the podium. Lee Gibbon P4, that guy P5, Easy Games in 6. I'll do the rest in just a moment. It's 10-2, so as usual I can't sort of hang about too much, but just quickly get the details we need. Game gives driver of the day to Checo. I'll confirm my driver of the day in just a moment. We won't watch the podium. Say I've got to move. So, fastest lap of the race, by the way, Golden Tornadoes, he picked up there at the end on softs. But Abel's here, takes the victory. Lee Gibbon, P4, fantastic result. Well, I'm not going to look any further for my driver of the day. Lee Gibbon takes my driver of the day every day of the week. That guy with a brilliant run as well. Easy Games P6, Checo 7, Heat Gang in 8, Winter Place 9, Pac-Man 10. Although, actually, Pac-Man and Austin will not count because they were in AI the whole race. So, Jan will actually pick up the final point. Ghost Rider P13, Piccoloco 14 is the last of the finishers. It looks like Glitch has been classified as 15th, but did, of course, retire out in the pits. So, incidents for the stewards. Just quickly scroll through these. There they go. And that's it. Anything else. So there we go, guys. So yeah, in a way, Lee Gibbon without doubt takes my driver of the day. Fastest lap Golden Tornado. Congratulations to the top 3. Hard fought race. Too many errors again, in my opinion. There's a lot needs sorting out, but they don't get dealt with overnight. Unfortunately, it takes time. So no doubt the pace is here in this league. It's just the racing and the race etiquette that needs sorting out. But once that is done, it's going to be great. There we go. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody that's watched live. Thanks to everybody who watches at later point. Really appreciate it. You didn't bottle it, Teapot. It's just the way it is. You know, you've still picked up a really good podium. You know, in terms of where others are, in terms of what could end up being a title battle. You've done alright today. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you ever so much. Don't forget, I'll be back live in literally just a few minutes, ready for HRF1. So please come and join me for that one. You art guys that joined a little bit, if you're still there, if you watch the HRF1, you'll know some of the names in that one. But I just did that. There we go. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Hope to see some of you on the next stream. See you in a minute.